Hi, I'm back with the second video. So we left off at these pages here, and I'm just gonna see what number I called these. These are 7 and 8. So we're gonna continue on with 9 and 10. So I'm going to flip over page 8 and use the back side of that. And use another vanilla sheet for the page number 10. This is my favorite paper in that package. Isn't it rich looking? I like it. And then the cinnamon cider map there and there. We have, I guess I should be telling you the dimensions, huh? In case you want to cut your own. Okay, this is 5 inches by 12. We have 2 inches by 12 and 2 inches by 12. And these little ones are 3/4 and 1/2 of an inch. These are espresso by 12 inches. Let's see what else we have here. I think this is probably 4 by 6. Yeah, 4 by 6. And 4.5 by 6.5. It's gonna go there. What else do we have? I have some espresso 3.25 by 3.25. Those are gonna go there. These are the cards you're gonna need. I'm gonna lay these out so you can see. So today was a great day. That's what's on the back. Dream, discover, explore. Oh, but that, I see what I did there. Okay, and then this one, be the change you wish to see in the world. We're gonna cut something out of there. So the other thing that I used on these is the cinnamon cider ribbon. It's so pretty. So before I do anything, I am gonna cut, this was one of the Tasteful labels dies. And I'm gonna use my little mini machine again. It's just an excuse to use this machine, I think. This is so cute. So on this page, I also had these pre-cut out. They're, this shape is out of the same Tasteful labels die. So you can use a punch, you can hand trim this, you can just leave it rectangular if you want and put the label right over it. Oh, this is so cute. It's new, so it's a little loud. Sorry when I snap it up. All right. There's that. All right. So a couple of things here. When I attach the ribbon, I usually wrap it right around the page, and then put a little bit of Scotch tape on the back, so when you put it in your page protector, it doesn't catch. But on this one, because are we using the back? Yeah, we're not using the back on this one, but we may. You might want to, right? So I'm gonna stick it onto this little piece here. So I'm gonna put my ribbon slide. Is that what this is called? Yeah, ribbon slide. On here. And then I'm going to adhere this with some glue dots. I think that's probably the easiest. And then, where's my take a pick tool here? What I'm gonna do is, oh yeah, I couldn't have left a little more room. Put this just on the back and wrap this around, just like that. So stick another one along the way. I don't know about you girls, but I love my glue dots. Use them so much. All right, and then I'm gonna put one more on the back again. And then wrap that around, and voila. So I got a new refill, good to go for a while. And this is the new Stamp and Seal. I'm liking it. All right, so I'm just gonna line this up with the bottom of the page. Stick it down. Stick it down. And then this 2-inch strip as well. Same thing. I'm going to line it right up on the edge. What did I do there? Oh man. I'm trying to hurry, see? There we go. All right. And then my espresso 1/2 inch. Oh man. There we go. All right, so I did a little trick on this. I didn't like the yellow on the, because it's kind of monochromatic. I wanted this. So I just tore this off the bottom, approximately where they tore it. And then I'm gonna stick it over. There we go. See? Voila. This actually would have looked really nice on here too, wouldn't it, huh? So that's the thing. When you're doing your album, it's your album. You can change it however you like. Put that there. Now, the other thing that I put on here was I had a cutout of the dies. So let me just poke out all these little pieces. I guess I could have probably done this ahead of time, huh? Sorry about that. There we go. So, oh, it's so rich looking when you cut this out with the metallic paper. So I also did the opposite. I cut out a cinnamon cider one with a solid background in the metallic. Let me poke all these holes out here really quick. Poke, poke, poke. If you guys don't have one of these tools, take a pick tool. It is awesome for, so what I'm doing is I'm like poke, 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 right? Usually, right? You'd use your snips, but that's so much better. All right. So we'll put a little bit of glue on these guys. And one trick that I learned a few years ago, and it's such a good trick, is if you leave it sit, so when you're using this glue, you leave your project sit for a little bit, and then, like, you know, don't put your glue on and stick it down right away. Just wait a minute till it gets a little bit tacky, and it sticks so much better because it just grabs on. It doesn't want to wiggle, slide off there. All right. Get this going. And I think that's probably, yikes. Pretty tacky. So I didn't use the base on this one. I just used the globe. This one I'm gonna stick it right down just because, just for something different. There we go. Now, does that look familiar? We already used part of that, didn't we? I was a little bit hesitant about sticking this on there because if you had a nice big photo, but you know, here's the thing. So you stick this down, you can always cover it with a photo. It's not the end of the world, right? A lot of scrapbookers I know, they scrapbook with their photos, but to be honest, I find that a little bit harder. Maybe it's because I always have photos on hand, and I always have a lot of photos. Maybe that's why, but I find it easier to do the layout and kind of make it look pretty, you know, in my opinion, pretty, and then bring the photos after. I just find, maybe it's because I'm more, well, not more of a card maker, but maybe it's because I started out with cards. Oh boy. There I go again, talking. And sticking the map page upside down. All right, all is not lost. This adhesive is pretty good if you change it right away. And of course on this one, I was just putting her down. Oh, girls, aren't you glad I'm just keeping it real here? Aren't you glad I don't know how to edit videos? Because you would never see my mistakes. Just keeping it real, man. Keeping it real. Come on, baby. Whew. All right. My goodness. This is my favorite paper too. I do not want to waste any of this. There we go. Nothing to see here except for, remember I was saying how it's such a great idea to stick our ribbon down. You know what I'm going to do on this one? Because I've already stuck that poor little guy down and I don't want to keep bringing him up because he's going to give up on me. what I'm going to do is put a few glue dots down the line. And I'm going to use my special ribbon scissors, which are pretty darn sharp. And I'm going to just trim the edges, because that's another way that you can do it. Come on, get down there. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So I just glue dotted that down the line. I have my fancy schmancy ribbon scissors that nobody's allowed to use. So they cut a nice clean edge. Now if I was using my paper trimmers like these, there's no way, because you know they take a beating, those things. All right, let's carry on here. There's some more photo mats. Put that down. Down, and then I'm gonna stamp this. Life is a beautiful journey. So if you don't have the stamp, you can write something. You can use one of your cards as a title. There we go. And, excuse me, where's my ink? I'm going to use the cinnamon cider. And one of these stamping mats. Whenever, especially, I stamp words, I always want to stamp on a scrap first. I don't know. It's not, I mean, the olden days we had wood and, you know, it could be upside down or sideways or whatever, but I guess just habit. All right. And of course, I'm going to pop this up. So we are on page 9 and 10. We're halfway, girls. Halfway. Voila. So that's pages 9 and 10. One thing that I did add on the PDF, I didn't do it on the video here because I didn't realize I didn't have them pre-cut. I didn't want to take the time. But I just used these for journaling. These are actually scraps that I had just laying on the desk when I was cutting photo mats. And then I put a layer of scraps, again, vanilla, so you can write whatever. So you can do that if you have the cardstock, or you can, you know, just write there. Whatever suits your fancy. Oh, one more thing I forgot. I used these fancy schmancy corners on this. So when you complete your album, you're gonna find you have a lot of these left over. But again, I would go back, and especially after you have your photos, and add them then. Because, you know, sometimes there's photos that you just want to highlight. Glue dots work best for this. If you don't have glue dots, you can use the mono glue. That'll work too. There we go. Just adds a little bit of richness. All right, 9 and 10. So let's see here. 11 and 12. So we're moving on. These two pages are done on the Misty Moonlight 12 by 12. And, oh yeah, okay. So again, this is the back of page 11. These are naked. So if you want, afterwards you can go back and you can add, you know, dress them up, add more photos or whatever. So there's page 11 and page 12. There's a lot of stuff for these. So I used this and I trimmed it out, and we're gonna put it on, cut it into 2/3. So you'll see what I mean here. Actually, while I'm doing this, let me show you what cards we're gonna use. So I have 2 strips of Midnight Muse, 1 1/4 by, excuse my arms here, 1 1/4 by 10 3/4. I don't know why I got that measurement. Likely I had scraps. I wanted to use them. And then these little guys are a 1/2 inch by probably the same. No, by 12. 1/2 inch by 12. I have some photo mats, 4 by 6. These guys are 2.5 by 4.5. There's 3 of them. And then I have these cards. So I'll just lay those out there and you can see them while I cut. Where did I start? Here we go. So I am just going to chop the biggest circle out that is a full circle, if that makes sense. And it's actually not a full circle, but the bottom's gonna be hidden. So you'll see what I mean here in a minute. And I'm actually pretty quickly cutting this out. Sometimes I'm going into the brass, sometimes I'm staying out, but it's... So I end up with this giant circle. And then what I'm gonna do, the part that didn't quite, you know, I wanna cover this up. So I'm gonna cut about 1/3, maybe, yeah, about 1/3, I guess. Like that. There is no wrong way. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna put down is the circle. So let's get these out of the way. Oh, goodness. There we go. So I'm going to line this up with the left-hand side of the number 12 page, and the other one with the right-hand side of the number 11 page. The middle of the spread, how about? There we go. So that's the main design element, really. Done. It was quick and easy. I'm going to put these down. all the way across. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pages that I have in front of me, my original pages, because I put pictures. I started putting pictures on, and then I realized I should probably wait until I do a video. But I'm going to tell you about these pictures. They're hilarious. So when we were in Rome, we, you know, we did all the Romy things, and then we took a train to the Amalfi Coast, because that was on our bucket list. And we did Pompeii one day, and the next day we took a ferry, and we did the Amalfi Coast via ferry. So we didn't know if we were going to do it by bus or what we were going to do. And somebody said, well, since we stayed in Salerno, and they're like, why don't you get the ferry and see it by water? If you see a little town you like, you can hop off and go check out the town and then hop on the next ferry and keep going. So that's what we did. We went to Positano and we had a beach day and had lunch. It was amazing. Amazing. So Grace was, you know, typical teenager. Well, not typical teenager, because not every teenager gets to explore Italy. Not once, but twice. But anyway, so we were on the boat and we were doing selfies. Look at her. This picture here says it all. Like, isn't that hilarious? Just oblivious to everybody else, trying to get the perfect shot, right? Oh, it was funny. It was a lot of fun, though. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna do my glue dots again with the ribbon. So this ribbon is the Midnight Muse. It's the In Color ribbon. Again, same as the Cinnamon Cider, but it's so nice. And I just love ribbon. I realize I use ribbon more than most people. My scrapbook pages, I just thought everybody did, but you rarely see a scrapbook page from me that doesn't have ribbon on it. I can't help it. All right, so I'm just putting a glue dot every few inches. And then I'm gonna put another ribbon slide on. These are so nice. So you just thread it on. And then, I don't know, I guess about there. Stick it down. And then I'm just going to leave the ribbon hanging off the page for now on that side, and I will trim it once I get the other bits down. All right, so I'm not sure why, but I cut this down to about 1 3/4, whoops, by 2 3/4. I don't know why, and I think it was just more to cover this up, so it's not like, you know, the focal point of the whole page. And then stick these photo mats down. Approximately there. And then I use this one for a journaling block. I cut this one down in a label shape. Reach for the Stars was my title. And then this one I cut apart just for, I just like this saying. It's kind of a state of mind, you know, be the change you wish to see in the world. I love that saying. So I decided that we needed to have it on some of these pages somewhere. So again, I'm just snipping. No rhyme or reason, truthfully. There we go. Of course, everything is popped up. Before I stick those down, I am going to put one of these right here. So I don't know if you guys use dimensionals this much, but I love them. I'm sure I probably used a whole pack by the time we get done this album. That's okay, right? That's what they're for. Oh, the back didn't come off of that. So I'm gonna have to get out my little machine again and cut out another label. Oh well. You guys are gonna be sick of hearing of that little machine. It's so cute. It's so cute. I had my husband watch me open the box. He was like, yeah, that's great. Maybe it's the mechanic in me. I just love tools, you know? Who am I kidding? Everybody loves that little thing. It's cute. All right. There is that. I'm going to trim this down. And then I'll just rip the edges. These look big. I think these are probably 4 1/4 by, yeah, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. They're a little bit bigger photo mats than usual. Love this blue. It's so pretty. Okay, so I think I used one of these little blue compass. Stuck it up there. And then this is that other piece left over from that. Just a design element, I guess. My skin is so dry. Hello, January, huh? So trim that off. All that we have left to do is trim out this label. So let's bring this out. Let me just grab the die. That's Tasteful Labels. Here we go. Here's the set. This is my most used set for sure. So I'm gonna use this one. Basically, I'm just giving a little more visual interest to this little card as a journaling block. Ta-da! Cute, huh? Just a different shape. And then, of course, we will dimensionalize it a little bit. Oops. There we go. Voila. So these are pages 11 and 12. The nice Moonlight, Misty Moonlight. Love it. Okay. Now let's move on. Oh my goodness. Whoopsie. Sorry for my arms. All right. Oops. There we go. All right, we're going to use the back of page 12. For the next 2-page spread, pages 13 and 14. So I'm going to move 11 out of the way. And we're using the back of my favorite paper on this one. We've got some photo mats, 4x6, 4 of them. And these are the cards that we're using. Bucket list, life is meant for adventures, and same one as we had on the previous 2-page spread. We have a couple of 3x4s, and we're gonna make a banner. This is a scrap, a good old scrap. Just gonna make a little edge on that. All right. So this is 6x8, I believe. Yeah, 6x8, and they probably the same for both. I'm gonna stick it up there. I think I used a sketch maybe for this. Looks kind of sketchy. Again, it's nice because we have the grid to go by. Here's my bucket list. you know what? I'm thinking we need another card out of, we need this card here. So if you're doing this at home and you, I tried to sort the cards as needed, but every now and then as I'm putting this together, because I have the exact same kit that you have at home, if you got the kit from me, every now and then I find I'm going, wait a minute, that's not in here. So if you are going along and you find something is missing, just go back to your spare pile of memories and more cards and it will be in there, because there's nothing in this kit that like everything that you didn't use, wasn't allocated to your pages, is in your spares. So you'll have it somewhere. All right, I'm gonna place this banner just down by the yellow there. Place this card over, and then I'm gonna bring in my photo mats here. Got one here. One here. My journaling block. Kitty Wampus. And my title. Yeah, so that was kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, but you get the point. And really, I could have used a lot less paper because half of it's covered up anyway, but we're gonna come back in with a few of these stickers. So I have these ones. There's one up in the corner. There's one down here. These would be good, you know, if you wanted to just put the title of your, where you were, or if you just wanted to put a date. Okay, that's two of those. I need to pop up. One of these I'm just sticking under here. Pop that guy up, and this little blue compass here, we're going to pop him up. And then we're going to put one of these little wee ones. Well, that was effective. Took all the sticky right off of that guy. Put 3 little dimensionals, and we're going to put feathers behind this guy. There we go. So we got 2 feathers. There we go. We're gonna put another globe. It's kind of interesting going back after I've done these so long ago now, you know, and seeing what I did, and I'm like, why did I do that? And what was I thinking there? But Who knows? There we go. Oh, another thing, I took those Stitch So Sweetly dies. I forgot about this. In fact, I barely saw it. And I'm just gonna put a little bit sneaking out of behind this photo. This little label would be good if, again, you wanted to put a date or someone's name or, you know, some kind of caption. And then I have this other half. I can't remember if we use it later, and if not, then I'll go back and I'll probably come back here and I'll stick it like here, or do you know what I mean? Just to tie it all together. Anyway, we'll see. I'm gonna just put it aside and we'll see. So I don't know if that little guy was even in our directions because I forgot all about him. All right, so there we go. The next pages, 15 and 16, are done on DSP. So I'm going to, oh, I'm lying. Page 15 is on the back of page 14. So I'm going to take 13 away, put it aside. So there's 15. And then, oh yes, page 16 is on Very Vanilla. So, first things first, nice and quick and easy. I'm going to stick this whole 8.5 by 11 down. Onto page 15, the left-hand side. There we go. And then over here, okay, I'm gonna lay out the cards that I used. We used Reach for the Stars, but we actually used the back of it. We used the 2 maps, Life is an Adventure. Remember this? I talked about this before. We'll go back and use it. And then, so somehow when I was cutting everything, I ended up with an extra, this is what I had left. That's all I had left. So I cut a chunk out of it. I cut out 8 by 6, just a big old corner. I am gonna stick this down, but truthfully, we are covering up the bottom 4 inches. So if I wanted to be, you know what, I'm gonna do it just because I want to show you. So this is my pocket. Remember I was saying we're gonna use these strips and make a pocket? This is gonna be on the pocket. So I'm gonna cut the bottom 4 inches of this off as a paper saving technique because this paper is so pretty that I want to be left with this. So this is kind of like a bonus. We can use that later. Later, Gator. All right. So I'm going to glue that, stick that down. I'm going to line it up on the top right-hand corner. Like this. I know it looks strange, right? So you're left with 8 inches here, 8 by 6. So what I did was on my PDF, you'll see a line, and all I did was draw a line down, just basically to show you, look, 2 pictures will fit perfectly right here, right? So you don't have to do that, but you'll see on the PDF, I'm gonna leave this just maybe a little bit lighter. All right, now For our pocket, we're going to put this down and this down. So what this does is it helps make that pocket a little stiffer, as well as dresses it up, makes it a little fancier. So those should line up nicely. What we're gonna do is come in with these adhesive, I really should find out the proper name for you, huh? They are double-sided sticky goodness. And again, you could certainly use the edges of dimensionals. I'm gonna find out the proper name because I feel like I'm not doing a good job of this. Foam adhesive strips. They come like this. They're like 10 bucks. And little goes a long way, as you will see. They are awesome if you like to do shaker cards too. They make it so easy to do shaker cards. Let's make sure that we're doing this the right way. So you don't have to, you know, do the whole, that's too long. Doesn't have to be done the whole way up. You should have enough if in your kit to do it all the way up, but all right. There we go. So let's pull the back off of these. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I got a big old mess going on here. And when I stopped the first video, I cleaned up a little bit to get ready for this second one, and oof, didn't last very long. All right, so let's line up the bottom edge. There we go. We have a pocket. So this is great, like if you took the train and you want to keep your ticket stub or whatever you collect. I don't know about you, but I always come home with my pockets and my suitcase and everything, like completely stuffed with paraphernalia from my trip. So this is a great place to put it. All right, so we're using this card. We're cutting it into 1-inch strips. So because it's 4x6, we'll get 4 strips. And then this 2-page spread uses 3 of them. We're gonna save one and go back and put it on. I have no idea where that was, but we'll find it. Seems like so long ago. So I'm just lining this up with the bottom edge of my 8.5 by 11. Here's my other piece. I'm going to save that. This journaling block, we are going to pop this guy right up. So, I'm just gonna put them down here, kind of out of the way. And then I went back and added a whole bunch of this stuff to decorate these. Let's see, I added these guys. To the first page, or the left-hand page, I guess. And then I added the little pointy guys to the right-hand page over here. There we go. I added one of the banners. I think I chopped them off first. And then I added them to this pocket. Anyway, you get the idea, right? We want to underline adventure because adventure is what this is all about, for sure. So, let's see, I think there was a couple more. These two guys, I added them up here. So you get the idea, right? You just kind of, I may come back after and you know, there might be a few more things to add, but that was pretty darn quick for page 15 and 16. And again, the whole point is this pocket for your paraphernalia. It's always good to have a page that you can stick the extra bits in. All right, 17 and 18. Let's move this one out of here. So we're gonna use the back of 16 and another vanilla for 18. So 2 vanilla 12 by 12s. This is that big circle we cut out. This is the other side of it, this beautiful script. Oh my goodness, what happened here? All right, so I need to make sure I put this on the right way this time. Okay, so there are a whole lot of photo mats on here. The cards that I'm using are these ones, 2 4x6 in that pattern. And then these are all my photo mats. So set those aside. Now, when I was doing this, I somehow, let's see, we're piecing it together like a puzzle. And for some reason, the puzzle does not add up. All right, no problem. We'll make it work. So let's put down these 2 pieces first. So as you can see, they're different sizes. I'm not sure why. Likely I made a mistake, let's be honest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to line up the top edge so that I get that same similar size. We'll see if this works. And then so what I'm going to do is that way. I'm going to put this one underneath, up against the bottom. And then this one I'm going to put along the bottom of the script. And that way I will get the same edge. This page also features this beautiful suede ribbon. Now this ribbon is the ribbon that comes in the suite. I think it's called Suede I can't remember. I think it's the suede ribbon. Whoa, whoa. Come on, guy. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just sticking this down again every few inches with a glue dot. I don't know. I find it works the best. There we go. I'll trim this. Again, I could wrap it around back, but it seems like there's a lot of shenanigans going on with this project that we're using the back of the page. So I don't want to get in a situation where I have that ribbon sticking out and then I need to cover it up. So we'll just cut it right off. Once these pages are with the photos put on, they're going to be in page protectors anyway. So even though there's technically a raw edge there, it's not going to matter. There we go. Ta-da! All right. So, remember I thought I said, yeah, this is left over from something we trimmed, Big Dreams, I think. So I'm going to put this aside and save it for later. And I'm just going to trim this out, which is probably what I did in the original, but one never knows. It was a long time ago in scrapbooking land. So I'm going to trim this out and put it right over this card here. Today's adventure. That was trimmed off. Well, we're learning as we go here. Trim this a little bit. There we go. Let's adhere this to the top of the page. This one over here. Ooh, sticky. And let's make sure we are map the right side up. It's always a good idea. I know what this was for. This was for this. Oh well. It's all good. Right. There, we have the basic bones of our page. Our pages. They're going to be a little different because I got a feeling the sizes are a bit different, but that's okay. All right. So, let's, oops. Let's glue this down. And I'm not sure why I put a cinnamon cider photo mat and then I put this over. It's kind of a waste in my opinion, right? So I'm going to put this aside and save it for one of those bonus pages that I'm going to do later. Maybe. We'll see. And I'm going to put this like this. Now, you'll see in the PDF, it's just a wee bit different because this is an inch thicker, but it's all good. Now, this is kind of like a jigsaw puzzle here. We've got some 4x3s and then some 2x 4, I think. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna move everything down to line up down here. Like that. Is that right? Yeah, these are just a little bit closer. And then this will be like that, and that will be like that. All right. I think that's kind of pleasing to the eye. Those are stuck down. So I'm going to start sticking them. These are great. You know, sometimes you get photos of, actually what I like these little snippets for is if you have a page like of all your cool different meals that you went for and you have like pictures of food. These are great because a lot of times you just want a little wee tiny picture, right? Like you don't need the whole background. You just want the whatever, pasta or pizza pie. And so you can just, you know, crop your photos for things like that. Things like these little pictures. They're also good for people, right? If you have really busy pictures, but you just want to focus on like 1 or 2 of the people in the crowd and you want to cut down your photo. There we go. All right, so I have a couple of these on here. Move that down. Then I think I'm going to put a couple, oh, these big ones are really, a couple over here as well. Oh, wait. Let's see what I did here. So this is a medley of scraps. Whatever you have left for stickers. We're on the last page. So let's see what we have. So I made the banner with, this has like 1 feather left. That's it. I can get rid of that. Yay! So I made the banner with these. Oh, and I know that I have travel over here. So again, ladies, there's no absolute right or wrong way. We're just gonna stick these down. This is hard to do without sticking my head right over it and getting everything straight. So I'm just gonna kind of do a cluster of banners. I think probably I used a couple of scraps and whatnot, but oh yeah, I used this too, didn't I? So again, I can go back here and play around with this after. But yeah, see, there's actually quite a bit of stickers left. So let's put one of these bigger guys there. You know, and then this could be like here. Anyway, you get the point, right? We have quite a bit left over to go back. Well, actually we did pretty good, but we have some left over Let me see what else we got. We got some cards, some that we cut in half. But then look, all of these. So definitely we could go, oh, this is nice. We could definitely go back in our in-between pages and spruce them up a little bit. So I challenge you to do that and post what you got. Send me a picture what you get. All right. So let's go back and find out where this goes. Remember? I'm gonna flip back here. What I'll do, let's get this out of the way. Let's see where that was. Okay, so that was 9. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. This is the 4th 2-page spread. Let's get that out. Here we go. Ta-da! And we're gonna put that right there. Yay! Whoops. There we go. There we go, girls. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know if you have any issues completing your pages. And for the ladies who we were supposed to cruise and you're looking at the PDF and the video, let me know if you're interested in purchasing any of these products. The designer series paper and these cards are going to be around until May. So hopefully they won't sell out. There's still lots of availability now. So let me know if you're interested. Let me know how you make out. And thank you so much. Happy travels or happy dreaming of travels, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.